welcome back as always to the channel, Being a Fine Figure, and today we are going to finally unbox the Mcfarlane's DC Multiverse Batman Begins figure, and it is about time. I've had it for a while, and it's also about time that Mcfarlane gave us original Batman Begins from the first movie figure. We've got the Dark Knight, we got the Hong Kong, we even got the Dark Knight Return again as part of that box set collections of all the movie Batmans, but we finally got the one. This is the suit that I actually enjoyed out of all of them. Love the Dark Knight Part 2. I wasn't too crazy about the third part, about the other one. But this version, when I first saw this suit, I was like, okay, they nailed it. He nailed it. And it was a great movie overall. I enjoyed the whole movie. And it's finally great to see this figure in hand. I mean, it was released and then it was on pre-order, and the way that it was released was kind of weird, but we finally got it. I finally got my hands on it. I got this one at Books A Million. So, I mean, who would have thought? There's a Books A Million about 30 minutes from my house in Brandon, Florida, and they usually stock up on weird things. I got this there. They had a Power Girl there. I mean, you name it. They got all kinds of stuff there, and they're always stacked. So, and I go to Target and I go to Walmart and they're always bare, but that Books A Million for some reason always has like a pretty large section of McFarlane toys, and some old ones. I think they still had the old Penguin at one time. And I mean, you never know what to expect there. Like you'll get. They also had the Catwoman from the Batman Robert Pattinson. They had a couple of those left. So I mean, you'd be surprised. You get some old figures and some new figures, but this is the figure that once I saw it, I was like, oh, gotta snatch it because it was the last one. So I happened to walk in at the right time because there was a lot of people that day, and who knows how long it would have lasted. But anyway, without further ado, we will be unboxing and comparing these to the other McFarlane releases of the Christian Bale version. So let's get this out of the box and I will be right back. All right, now that the figure is out of the packaging, we'll put it on the little turntable there as we go over the accessories. And of course, every McFarlane DC Multiverse comes with a stand with the DC logo embedded on it. And then, of course, the data file or trading card. And this one here is a nice image of that movie poster for the Batman Begins. And, of course, little same story there on the back, I think, travels. Yeah, this one actually gives you a little blog about the movie, so which is pretty cool. It's not generic. And, of course, I don't really have much use for these, but, so people seem to like them. So, all power to you. And, of course, he does come with an extra set of hands. He does come with a fist. Or actually, no, it's not a fist. He's actually holding on to a, I don't know, one of those grenades or something. Those bat grenades, I guess. Or those smoke balls, I guess. Those smoke balls that he throws when he's about to disappear. I don't know. But he's holding on to something. Yeah, it's one of those balls. And, of course, he also is holding on to a couple of small batarangs there. Like he's about to throw them. And I like the size of these. It's pretty much like what he had in the movie. They're pretty good as far as scaling. I know they're molded in, but then you go to the actual Batarang, and it's a lot bigger. And of course, this is the signal. This Batarang, of course, is what the signal they use for the Dark Knight on the chest is pretty much. They went with this kind of sculpt on his chest for those movies, but for this one, still has a little bigger bat signal on his chest there. And, of course, he does come with his grapple gun or whatever, yeah. I guess it shot something, I guess. It doesn't have any hooks or anything, so, yeah, it's just nice. I mean, it's just like the movie, I guess. It's a nice piece. We've seen this before with other figures. But he gets his own there. And, of course, we'll quickly go over the figures and the look, and then we will bring on the other. Let me shut this off here. And then we'll bring on the other Christian Bale version so we can compare them. And of course, this is the original Batman Begins suit. Same pretty much head sculpt as the other ones, but the details of the sculpt, it looks a lot better. There's a little bit, to me, more definition on it. Or is it just that you stick out, I guess, because it's like that faded, that flat black, so it kind of just sticks out a little bit better. I mean, you can see over the eyebrows, in the forehead there. And I'm sure the other ones, yeah, the other ones do. I'm about to knock the camera over. The other ones do, but I think these actually, this one here stands a little bit more. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the way I have them. And of course, you can see the cheek there. It's got some nice definition there. And yeah, it does look like Bale right there. Got that nice Bale look. And of course the eyes. It's got some good details on the eyes. And then of course the suit. There it is. So I'm talking about, you got the whole bat signal across the chest. The other one had that, it was in the shape of the other ones, of one of these. Straight across. I like this one here. The belt is the same. They're using that same utility belt for all the figures. But it works because it's the one for the movie. I like the glossy gauntlet. I don't know why they didn't do the gloves. Well, the gloves glossy. I'm going to have to go back and watch the movie now. But it's got that little nice shiny, and it's only like 3 for the Dark Knight. I think he had like 6. Let me see. Let me look over at my figures and cheat a little. Yep, some of them have 6. I think the Tokyo one has 6. The other ones have, oh no, they all have 6 of these. The spikes there. This one here. Oh, the suit even in the back. They got the details on the back too. Look at that. The little chest piece there. And yeah, it's got that nice. And then of course, and then the boots, of course, he's got the nice glossy boots there. And it's the same as the other ones, except it doesn't have that protector piece over the top of the foot there, like the other figures in the Dark Knight has. But it's the same. Everything else is pretty much, the feet are the same. The boots are different because they don't have all those shin protectors and stuff like that the other one did. And then the suit is just plain. It just look, and of course we do get that nice wired. I know a lot of people like the cloth. I like this. I mean, it's better for like pictures and stuff. So you could tell it's got that nice vinyl feel to it, and it's almost like the same material they used for the Hong Kong release. And of course, this one here actually has the cowl over the cape, and then the Dark Knight, of course, it went over the shoulders and it covered the back of the neck and stuff. But yeah, it's got that nice, oh, it has some glue. Yeah, it's got a little bit of glue that came out. But this is nice. I like this. This is very nice. Again, it's going to go into my movie original or first releases, along with, you know, Keaton 89, which actually it's on the way. I do have the other versions of them. I do have the Adam West Batman 66, Ben Affleck. Pretty much got them all except for that platinum version that they had a couple years ago. So this is going to look good next to Clooney and Patterson and Val Kilmer, of course. But yeah, it's something about the mid torso here, like it's bent to the side, or it's like crooked in a way. It works. I mean, this is nice. This is a very nice, this is a very good release. And you know, it's about time. I thought maybe it would be the first, but I guess they wanted to roll out some of the other characters because, you know, this part 1 just had what, the Scarecrow, and they didn't really have, you know, it wasn't until you got the Joker on the Dark Knight and Two-Face, and, you know, he had his share, and then you got Bane and Al Gore. I mean, yeah, this is actually pretty good. So, yeah, I like it, man. This is nice. And of course, we'll compare it to the other ones. Let me actually, plus, this is the only figure so far from this, you know, Christian Bale that actually stands up with no problems. I've had so many issues with the other releases. They're a pain in the ass to straighten up, so I just have them on the stand. But this, oh yeah, it looks good. It stands up on its own. I guess the joints here on the legs are a lot better than the other ones for some reason. So now let's bring them in. So of course, this is from the 6-pack release, the movie versions that they released, that box set that they released. Mcfarlane released a couple, it's 2 years now, almost 2 years now. So, and of course, it's the Dark Knight. I don't remember the coloring on it. I don't think the movie, I mean, but it's got a lot more gray tones all over. And of course, as you can see, the back signal did change from movie to movie. The head sculpt, yeah, man, this head sculpt looks better. It actually looks bigger too. It's got like a fatter head on this one. This one's a little thin, so I guess he did improve it a little bit better. The cape, of course, this is all cloth, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, was probably the first Batman figures that had the cloth cape. And now, like, he's got cloth capes all over that I can remember. I may be wrong, but I think the box set first had the cloth capes on the Batmans. Besides the, what was that? Was year 2 had a cloth cape? I missed that one, so I don't remember. But as far as these figures, as you can see, the material obviously is a lot better. And then of course the cape is over the neck, not under the cowl like this one here. And then of course we got it re-released for the Dark Knight trilogy set that had the Bane Build-A-Figure and stuff, and we pretty much got the same version. But I think, it was more of a flatter finish. This one here is like a little more shinier, as you can tell. But other than that, everything else stayed the same, except the fact that we got a rubber cape. So a plastic cape, pretty much. But other than that, I mean, the head sculpt was a little bit better. That one, obviously, I guess it was since it was the first one. They did improve this one a little bit better, especially also the face tone on it. So when you look at it, I think this one's a lot. And then, of course, he's got the little fatter head, as you can tell. Like, here you can tell he put in a little weight. So he's got the little, here is a lot more thinner. And it's almost the head sculpt for this one. Like, it's very similar. But you can tell, see the details on the cowl, the way they did over the eyebrow, the cheeks and stuff. That's actually pretty cool. And, of course, the last, this is the last, but the last one I got was the Platinum Tokyo Skydive, whatever, Skydive Batman, Tokyo Batman, whatever you want to call it. And also had that same vinyl cape. Mine's was like, it's like not all the way in, so I like try not to move it too much. And it does cover, everything else is the same. Had this little piece sticking out on it, and then of course all 3 of these figures have had such a hard time standing up for some reason. I have to put them like in this weird stand for them to stand up, and don't really last a long time. They fall for some reason. The legs are just wonky, and it wasn't that. I had a couple other, I think the Kilmer and the Patterson also had that issue where I couldn't get them to stand without the stand, which was a pain. So they're all on the stand, on the shelf, all of them. They're up there on the top of the one of my detox there. And then I think this is the only one that didn't get the movie versions. I think all of them got a fist and stuff, except for the Batfleck was the only one that didn't get fist for some reason. I thought it was weird. And then of course this one did. Tokyo Dive got all the nice, and of course the cape is a little bit bigger. It seems a little bit bigger, just a little. But this is also a nice looking one. Of course, they went back to the little flat finish like they had with the other ones on this one here. But again, this is the granddaddy of that trilogy. This is the first suit. The way they did the movie, the way they took the story and, made, Gotham in Chicago, and he went to the Far East and stuff like that. I thought it was different. At first, I thought, I was like, what the hell are they doing, because I am, faithful to the original version of Batman and stuff, but they've kept most of the elements the same. They just changed the city and pretty much where he got his training, because they really don't specify. As long as I can remember that, how Batman got his martial arts training and stuff like that. But it was good to know that he was actually trained by his nemesis and was it Robin's uncle, Damon's grandfather or something. So anyway. Batman Begins. If you haven't picked up, obviously you haven't, but if you have the Dark Knight, this is actually a lot better edition. If you are a true fan of that first movie, this is actually a nice looking figure. The color on it, the black flat is incredible. The shiny boots and everything, it looks great. They did a really good job. So don't pass on it if you happen to come across it. It looks really, really good, and it's a shame. He's rolling out all these nice figures, and hopefully he didn't totally lose the license. I just saw an interview with Mcfarlane where he says, nothing is set yet. They're still talking, so, cross your fingers. And I hope he can complete a couple more of these Batmans out there, like we have enough. And I hope that we get the figures that we've been asking for. So, anyway, thank you for tuning in, guys. As always, appreciate all your support. And as always, continue to support each other. Continue to be a fine figure. I will see you later.